first topic, right off rip, let's get into it. Drake sues Kendrick Lamar. You know what? I shouldn't say Kendrick. He's suing UMG, the parent company that's over actually both of those guys. So I wrote it down over here. I'm trying to see it. United Music Group. That is who he is suing. He is accusing them of, to me, it seems like a new age payola in a way, because he's suing them and he's suing Spotify. He's saying that they were in cahoots together to make sure that Kendrick got a ton of plays, doing certain things like the one that everyone keeps talking about. If you went in and you search for certified lover boy, certified PD, that lyric of Not Like Us from Kendrick's song would actually be what got played. So he's saying this is why all the plays came for Kendrick. Wasn't that it was super popular. It was that there was a conspiracy. Yeah. Conspiracy. Drake is not conspiracy, brother. Yeah. They were conspiring.
Conspiracy something is what I'll say.
It's a conspiracy something.
Yeah, we can't say brother anymore because that was not a brotherly move.
No, yeah. Go ahead. You go ahead, take it.
The same company you work for that makes money when you make money.
Yes.
Is now going to be in cahoots to let you make less money.
Yes.
When my understanding is Drake catalog is worth more than anybody from, I think I heard something, the 60s, 70s, and 80s combined. His catalog is, so they want to diminish that.
Right.
So that you don't get smashed.
Right.
You stepped out there. You got smashed. Take that beat. Matter of fact, it reminds me of Ohio State, Michigan game. You got beat. If you don't want them to plant the flag, win the game.
100%. 100%.
Drake, if you didn't want to win the rap battle.
It was I think it was Torre. No, it was Charlamagne I heard say something along those lines, which was, nobody said you had to stop. You ended the battle because you chose to stop making music to try to keep coming back and battling back. It is a great point in everybody who has wanted to take this shot at Drake publicly. And for those who never thought he was in the first place, it has been a great way for people to say he's not a real MC. Yeah. Or he's not really hip hop. Yeah. You know, a lot of people consider him pop. I like Drake music. Yes. I would consider him pop too. Yes. I never considered him hip hop. Yeah. And this move of going and I don't want to say suing anyone because I think it's just I can't think of the
case out.
I can't think of what the paperwork, the action was actually titled, not necessarily a lawsuit, but anything when you got to go to court because you lost this battle. Yeah. Not Like Us was just a smash hit. Yeah. You can say whatever you want to say. And while I enjoyed Kendrick, I'm not the biggest Kendrick fan. I couldn't get enough of Not Like Us, and I'm not from California.
Yes. I maybe want a crip walk.
Oh, bro. I was going back slow motion. For us who are old enough, we were all crip walking back in the day when Snoop first, brought that shit to the scene. But yeah, it just nonsense that Drake would try to pull this. The other part of this, and Charlamagne brought this up too, and I heard other people speak about it, is that now you're accusing the same group of doing this against you when they were probably doing it for you at a certain point. And this is how you got this catalog and all the money.
It seems to me, as a hip hop fan, suing is like calling the police. Like, what? Like, we just don't do certain things. Like, nah, bruh. You take that L, get up, come out, make your music. You're still going to make music. They still going to play. I forgot which hip hop old head it was. They said, when I'm in Target, I hear Drake music.
Yes. Elevators, Drake music.
You're never going to hear DMX.
No.
So that's the difference. You want to say hip hop light? Okay.
It's definitely more of that. He makes music for that radio play.
Yes.
And for that everyday person, even your mom, maybe Drake may be your mom's favorite rapper to a certain degree, possibly.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
That's your lane.
Yeah.
They say about Jay and when DMX came out, that DMX was taken away from Jay's spin, so that's why they didn't promote DMX as hard as they could.
Yeah.
But DMX still had his diehard hip hop dude.
And that was DMX that said that.
Yes.
That he felt like Jay had done that to him.
Yes.
To a certain extent, which I don't know if that's true or not, but it does speak to the competitive nature of rap.
Yeah.
And being from New York, where hip hop originated in a lot of people's eyes, and being from Detroit and growing up watching people on the corner in Detroit or in the hallways of school, whatever, rapping and having battles. That's what you did. And it was who can get off the best, lyrics or whatever and make it ooh.
Yeah.
And if you lost, you lost.
Come
you didn't
back
go
the
tell
next
your
day.
mom about it.
Listen, I've seen old dudes hip hop battling in the park. That's what they did.
Yeah.
If you lost, okay, you take your L, come back the next time. And it might have been the crowd. It might have been that you was whack.
Yeah.
But you still came back. If you truly were a hip hop dude, you came back in the next battle.
Now, let me ask you this, though, because they were talking over the summer when they were going back and forth. And I sat down and just listened to each song back to back as they had been released. Because as much as I love hip hop, I'm just not, at that time, I wasn't keeping up with it like crazy like some people were. So let me go ahead and play all 7 songs of that time. And I was like, ooh, that was nice. Ooh, that what a comeback, and it was just going back and forth. Where were you at with it at the time? I thought, and other people were speaking about it, I thought Drake underestimated Kendrick.
Yes, he definitely did. I think it was one of those sleeping. It's like the bully picked on the little kid because he thought he was just a little chump, and the little kid actually knew some martial arts and dropped him.
Yeah.
Because he came out first, and I was like, ooh, Drake, not bad.
Yeah.
Kendrick came back. I was like, ooh, okay, what's he going to come back with? And then when he came back, I was like, And then Kendrick was like, oh, I'm not done. Body slam.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, stop. And then he came out with something else, and I was like, you should have stopped.
Well, and then you also have, if you're talking about defamation or any issues that Drake wants to bring up, Drake said a lot of shit in his songs too.
And he said he fed him the information.
Yeah.
So how are you talking about defamation when you said you fed him this stuff?
Yeah. You said you had people in this camp that you were telling the shit to so that he could do whatever.
Shut up. Shut up. Go make pop music. Go make a record with some...
I like God's Plan. Make another God's Plan. I like that. That was good.
Again, I'm a Drake fan. Right now, if a Drake song came on, I'd probably be like, yo, that's tight. Whether he made it, somebody sung it, somebody wrote it down for him, whatever, his performance was well.
Well, this is just like Drake a couple of weeks ago trying to talk shit to the basketball player.
Yeah.
Gosh, what was his damn name? He played in Toronto forever, and they were boys. And if he ever sees us, forgive me. But it wasn't until that basketball player had stepped quite a few feet away that Drake had some slick shit to say under his breath.
You're not built for it. Again, you can never sell me on Drake being a thug. I don't care what he did. He tried and he buffed up and all the rest of the stuff. You're not built for this. I'm telling you, again, he's just, you can't go from, was it Degrassi?
Oh, yeah, the grassy high, whatever.
To now suddenly you may walk with thugs, but you're not built for that. You're not built that way.
It's I almost want to compare it to, even though I think he is a better rapper because I don't think he has a bunch of ghostwriters. I don't think he does, though he's not my favorite person right now. Will Smith. Mm-hmm. You've never seen Will Smith try to get into a battle rap situation with anyone.
It's just not his, again, that's not his lane.
That's what I'm saying.
Could you imagine when he slapped Chris Rock, I was like, what?
Yeah. That took everybody.
Oh, you picked the right dude. Because you never would have slapped some of these other comedians.
No, I don't think
so.
You
picked the one dude that you could get away with.
And I'm gonna take it outside of comedians, and I don't have a problem with this. I'm on record that Will Smith, I used to be a big fan, but not so much after the slap of Chris Rock. But you had 50 and some other cats who
and you're not running up on 50.
I didn't see you run up on anyone else, and so that was always my big problem with
Puffy's the same way. Like when I heard him talking about he was choking people and like I think he slapped Drake at some point in time. They had a problem.
Okay.
Again, Puff, you got a lot of people around you that gassed you into being, and that's the same thing with Drake, is you got a lot of people in your camp that's about that life.
Yeah.
So you feel like, oh, I'm about that life too. All these singers and song performers or basketball players that get jumped into gangs or paid into gangs. Mm-hmm. Like I went to jail, so now I'm officially again, if you've ever been around them real lifers that like this is their whole life, gangs, you're not built for that.
I'm a huge defender of the little guy in terms of just don't like bullies.
Mm-hmm. No.
I can't stand it. And I felt like with Drake, he thought he was going to get over. Now I heard someone else say early in the summer as to concerning Drake and Kendrick. Kendrick never puts music out that quickly. He likes to take his time with it. And they felt like that surprised Drake. Like Drake thought he was going to have some time. I think Kendrick, I can't remember what two, but he dropped one and then dropped another the next day.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 and 4 he came out with, and just that's when he again. The first one Drake came out with, it was like, oh, okay, and then Drake came out with the second one where he did the Tupac.
Yeah.
It was great showmanship, but it was disrespectful.
100%.
And that's what I'm trying to say is Drake, you are a master performer. Again, you did your, like, I could see him on the TV like Will Smith. I could see him and go, oh, okay, yeah. But as a tough dude, stop it.
Yeah.
So you picked the one tough dude that you could have, and you decided to try and rap battle when you don't rhyme, when you're a singer. He's one of those singer rappers that again, there's a whole bunch of them that sing and rap. So, you stop it. You're not a thug and you're not built for it. Let it go. Go back to making a double album and sell to the little girls and the little foo.
Because this was definitely the weakest thing he could have done, was to this legal action. This was the absolute weakest thing.
Come on,
and again,
dude.
to make these accusations and then want people to think that let's say it's correct.
Yeah.
But then to turn around and think that this has never been done for you.
Yeah, stop it.
No.
Again, poppy champagne. That's what my son and that's what we call it, poppy champagne.
Oh, is that what y'all call Drake?
Yes.
Okay.
My son is a huge Drake fan.
Yeah.
But even he was like, dude, I don't understand this. Like, at some point, stop it. Like, as a thug, that you trying to portray yourself as.
Yeah.
This big, now I'm suing?
It definitely is. And it does remind me, and you touched on this, it reminds me of the guy at the bar, and you think you're about to take old boy's girl or drink or whatever, because he's smaller or he's quiet or he's whatever, and you find out, you get a little more than you bargained for.
And I keep hearing about as many wives or girlfriends that he steals. He flies them out or he's in their DMs.
Yeah. Yes.
Dude, you a straight sucker.
Yeah, man.
But you want me to think you a tough dude because you DM my girl and she, come on, man, stop it.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't even gonna touch on that, but that is a larger issue. It has to be a larger issue with his internal.
Yeah. That
you would seek out other men's wives. And like no one is above anything. And I'm not saying no one's perfect. But to seek out on a consistent basis, as I've heard the same thing.
Yes. Consistently.
There's something wrong with you as far as your self-esteem.
Broken inside, and you know, again, you caught the right ones. Because not that I'm a fight. Because if you flew my wife out or my girl out, bro, keep it. Mm-hmm. Again, make some mortgage payments. Impress me. Pay my house off. You keep her. I don't care. She could be yours on Fridays and Saturdays. Woo!
Make some mortgage payments.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
What's the IG clip when man show up at the house and my man's like, yeah, that's my wife. He said, well, you tell her I'm not gonna be paying this and paying that.
Yeah. Oh,
wait, said, you paying that?
Outside. Yeah, I'll send outside now.
He said, bro, I was just kidding. I'm a cousin. I was just playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So exactly that. But yeah, there's got to be something definitely broken. Yeah. And whatever status he had.
Yeah.
As much as we want to say we don't see him as such, whatever status or whatever outlook people had on him in terms of him being a hip hop head, I think it's gone by the wayside.
Again,
at least for now.
As a rapper, as a performer, love Drake music. Can't take nothing from it. But you went into rap battling because you were able to kind of bully Pusha T.
Yeah.
So you figure, well, I can just bully him and I'm gonna bully everybody with the same method.
Yeah.
Because I sell more, so I'm bigger. The little guy always comes out winning in the end if you fool around.
Get the wrong one, man.
Yeah, you just picked the wrong one. Go back to make, and I think he came out with another album recently.
He did drop something else.
Yeah, I ain't heard nothing about it, but
Kendrick just dropped something.
That's probably why I didn't hear nothing about it.
Charlemagne, and I say this a couple of times on here, I don't agree with everything he says, but sometimes he'll get a couple of things off, and I say, oh, that's, yeah. He said his advice to Drake was just go away. Let people miss you.
Yeah.
And then come back.
Yeah. just go enjoy some of that money you made. Sell your catalog. Then you ain't got to do nothing else.
It's just weak. It's
relax.
weak. It's weak shit.
Yes.
It's weak shit.
Smelling like...
I'm sorry. Drake smells like what?